Coaches, welcome back. Football Talk with Coach Chip. Today we're going to be looking at the evolution of the waggle from the old wing tee to the spread gun. Let's get started. Waggle from the wing tee to the spread gun, a play that goes back, I know, to the 1950s. I've done research on it. Those some of you that have been listening to my channel for all these many years that we've been doing it know that I'm also an historian and I love to research and study and see the evolution and the origin of a lot of football plays. And I know this one goes back to what Davy Nelson in the 50s. And of course, Tubby Raymond takes everything to Delaware and just dominates what was then the smaller college football, and now it's FCS. Used to be Division One AA when I was a kid. And the waggle's a great football play. You can see here at the top of the screen, this is the way we ran it a lot back when we were wing teeing it. It makes the team balance up. A defense has to balance up to this. And we'd put this guy in motion and fake buck. And then, of course, this is the way we started running it about 8, 9 years ago. Also moving this guy out right here. Let's look at the first one. Now, this is the original kind of, I'm sure they didn't have the double wing. I think that was a Tubby Raymond innovation, but right here's where they'd put him. I love doing the double wing because it gives the defense all those gaps they have to defend and account for pre-snap. So we'd put this guy in motion and we'd fake buck to him. Now you set this up by running a boatload of buck and a boatload of the fullback trap. Now as you run the waggle, of course, I know, a lot of the true wing T guys pull two guards, and you'll see on the film I'm going to show you, we pull two guards also. All right, but and then when I show you the film of us, when we've got more into a spread look, we just pull the one guard, and I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. Well, what you do is you fake in your buck, and also you got your trap look. So on this one, that fullback's going hard right here, okay? And it kind of gives the backers the illusion that it's buck or trap or something off in that buck family. Now, this is something I try to do even in my spread gun offense that I've been running now for several years, is a wing tee principle of making as much look-alike for as long as possible post-snap. And so when we were under center, it was the same deal. You got the buck, you got the trap, you got the waggle, you got the counter crisscross, which kind of looks like the buck. I know the fullback's going the opposite way on counter crisscross. But you see, you're giving those linebackers and those DBs, especially safeties, if they're trying to support with safeties, give them the illusion of what the play looks like and making as many things look alike for as long as you can possibly make them post-snap. And that's what you'll see here. Now, so they're faking buck, fullback's coming hard out here. Now, our rule is always 4 yards. I could live with 5, but if you had a drifter, you may want to tell him. Matter of fact, the fullback on this film, I told him, I said, go 2 or 3, because he was going to drift, and he would drift to about 5. When I was looking for this film to show you all this, I found one where we hit the dragger coming in the end zone for a touchdown, and right here was the fullback. What in the world he was doing there, I haven't a clue. Okay. I remembered when I saw it, I said, oh, I remember that. But he would drift down the field. But once we broke him of that drifting, this became an even better play. So what you're going to get him is in the flat, backside tight end is running a drag. Now, a coaching point for the backside tight end, and I still do it today, is I tell them 8 yards is your ceiling. Okay. That doesn't mean you have to go to 8. Okay. That you have to go to 8. You can go to 10. But 8's about where you want to be. I also tell them, don't run to coverage. If the linebacker drops, and you'll see on film, to here, you want to come underneath to get open. The linebacker bites, okay, and comes up because of the buck action. You want to, get right in here. You want to get to the open grass. And another coaching point about the drag that I still use to this day is I tell them, I do this on my shallow crossing game too. Don't expect the football until you clear the box. And what that does, it makes them a little more courageous. They're not going to get waylaid by a linebacker because they're looking at the quarterback as they're coming through, all that stuff in the middle. Listen here, if you're wading through a minefield, you want to have your eyes on the mines. These guys are mines in here in the middle. Okay, get your eyes on them, and you say, well, doesn't that slow him down? or getting the ball to him or whatever. No, but it speeds him up, getting him out here where he gets out here and gets open, and the quarterback can hit him with it. All right, and then of course the deep route. Some people I know running with a split end out here, and they'll run a deep curl. So you got a deep curl, a flat route, and a drag. I always liked running the corner at 22. Okay, that's my magic number. The corner at 22 yards, okay, giving us that deep threat and creating, I'm making that corner, as we said down in South Alabama, making him pee or get off the pot. Don't let him hang in the middle right here and play both of them. He's going to have to get his butt back there and cover that corner out. And what you're creating a triangle effect that the quarterback now can read that triangle. And back in those days, everything we did passing wise, except of course, like just take off, throw it deep kind of thing, desperation, was based on a triangular effect. I was trying to get three guys in an area. Okay. And I'll go ahead and freely admit it was the wing T influence. It was the waggle influence. Even on our belly keep pass, I was trying to get a triangular effect. Okay. Even on our down pass, I was trying to get a triangular effect. Our rollout game, I was trying to get that triangle effect. And so the quarterback is reading this triangle. And here's what I told him. When you make that fake, get that head and eyes around when you're under center. And come right here, get your head downfield and find that corner out. Okay, is it open? If it is, throw it, and you'll see on film. All right, if it's not, immediately you're coming down right here. Okay, and with reps, he can actually see this guy as he's looking downfield. It's kind of like when you're driving and you're looking down the road at an imaginary point down the road, but you're seeing everything in between that point and the hood of your car. And I taught driver's ed, can you tell? And it's scanning the road. It's the same thing. Teach him to read that deep guy, and he'll see that, unintended see that. All right, if they run with the corner, if this backer right here jumps the fullback, here comes your drag right here. And I teach him back here to get off the best available way to get out, inside, outside. If you got a 9 right here on your shoulder, you can release inside, release inside. If it's a 7, release outside, then get here. Okay, we try to avoid that contact at the line of scrimmage to get him in the route. Let's look at it. All right, here you see it's same formation. We're going to run it waggle right. Okay, see quarterback's under center. Those of y'all thinking I'm just a throw it all over the place gun guy, I'm not. I don't know what in the world this cornerback's thinking, but he's done. Now, obviously, we'd seen that earlier. You see, we got the two pulling guards. We got two pulling guards. And I'm going to limit that to one when you see us go from gun. Boom. Stay with your block center. Keep your feet moving. Stay with those blocks. Got to do a much better job. And all these guys are grown men now, some of them are children. I need to send them a message. Hey, man, move your feet. Boom, right there. Good job by the quarterback. See, he found him immediately. The other thing I want to show you right here. See if it's going to be kind of blurry probably. There you go. Here's your triangle. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, there's your corner, your drag, and your flat. It's a triangle. You got two right here in the flat. Look here. If this safety had gone over the top immediately and taken that corner out right there, look what would have been open. Because that play action pretty much takes care of those inside backers. Y'all watch. See? Good football play. All right, let's look at it from gun. That was under center. Let's look at it under gun. All right, this time it's to the left. That's the film I'm going to show you. It's the best film I could find on it. It's good stuff. All right, look, now we're still going to get that triangle. But now it's the wide receiver running what I call an idle route. And it's best to run this to the boundary unless your quarterback's got a cannon and can make that idle route throw right there. He's going to release at an angle. The angle is whatever it takes for you to get 5 yards of depth. Okay. If that's a 45-degree angle, more power to you. Get to the top of the tick marks. This is what I call tick marks. Okay. I think the rule book calls them inbound lines. I don't know. Tick marks. He's going to get right there, put his heels on the tick marks. And we actually practice that. Tell them run over there and put your heels on the tick marks. And run over there and they turn around, put their heels on the tick mark, and just stand there. Okay, he'll get it pretty quick. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this backer right here. If he comes busting his butt way over here to get it, or if that corner comes way over here to get it, we're gonna have something else open, either the corner route or the drag. So he's going here. It's an idle route. Boom, right there. And just sit down at top of the tick marks. That way, it's kind of like a three-point shooter in the corner. He catches it, drops his foot to get set for a shot, steps out of bounds. We don't want that to happen. And so what we do, we told him to come over here and put his heels on the tick marks. That way, if he moves his feet, like the throw maybe a little low and he has to drop one foot, it's more likely he'll stay in bounds if he's at the heels at the top of the tick marks. All right, there's your corner route, just like on the other one, but this time it's from number 2. Okay, he's coming right here. Okay. All right, corner at 22. That number hasn't changed, under center or gun. And then now instead of the tight end, it's my H. And of course, in my offense, I treat my H like a tight end. That's all he is. He's a movable tight end. H stands for hybrid. He's a hybrid tight end, hybrid fullback, hybrid wide receiver. If he's got those kind of skills, he's running that same drag. Again, not looking for the football until he clears the box. You want him to be brave and courageous and not worry about getting his head knocked off. Because in high school football, there's no illegal shutdown field. As long as that ball's not in the air, they can hit him. So right through here, you want him looking, avoid contact, coming out of that mess, he'll be open. Okay, same rules. I tell him about 8 yards, but if he has to go 6 because the linebackers drop here, or he wants to go 10 because the linebackers stepped up and are right in here from the play action, he can go in there. 6 to 10 is a happy. So what you can see, we've created that triangle, just like we did when we were under center right here. We've created that triangle. And now that quarterback he's gonna make his fake. And there's no reverse out on this. He's gonna shuffle, shuffle, boom, semi-roll, half roll, whatever you want to call right here. You're getting your kick out block. Okay, you're gonna see the guy, he's in here they were in an odd front, and he was trying to kick this in who was engaged with the tackle, and this guy right here comes scraping off the edge, and if he kept coming, he'd have got him. And I will link up below my video about play action pass protection, how I do that, and all these lines that make sense to you. All right. So, but you got that triangle. So quarterback's going to come right here. His first read is no different than when I was under center. He's looking for that deep route right off the bat. Did they cover? Did the corner sink? Or is it they're too high? Did the safety come over the top? If it's not there, we're throwing that ball. I call it a bucket throw. He's trying to throw it in that bucket about 22 yards down the field between the bottom of the numbers and the sideline and let this kid go get it. If they didn't sink and cover it, that's your throw. Boom, right now, immediately. And again, you're looking through that to see, have they covered this? And I'm telling you, they don't. You're going to see on the film, this kid right here drops, takes that away. This kid right here did not go out there and pick up the idle route. That is almost an impossible route to cover unless you're in man. And it's pretty much they're going to concede it and say, we're going to let you catch it there, rally to the football, and then make the tackle. Okay, and that's a lot of not young defense coordinators, but high school defense coordinators' philosophy. They're willing to give that up, especially if you've shown a propensity to be able to do that, to throw the ball down the field. So let's look at that right there. All right, here you see same formation I just showed you in the diagram. You see the routes drawn up. All right, real quick. Did you see my Z, my slot? Watch him release inside. Normally, I know when on any type of vertical route, and you say, well, corner's not a vertical. It's vertical for the first 10. A lot of coaches teach these kids to release outside, give themselves a chance. On this one, it's actually better to try to win inside on this route, to make this guy ignore this guy by looking at the inside release. That's been my finding. Let's look. See? Great first down play. It's 1st and 10. Now it's 1st and 10 again. See, look right here. Look at his heels. Top of the tick marks. It's a good route. Okay, good route. Now watch what I was talking about, the H. He needs to read these backers and his safety. These backers came up. This backer here came and hit the quarterback. It's when the guard should have kept pulling and hit. His safety's right in here, and he just runs to him. Don't run to get open. It's like when you play basketball. If they're in a zone, you don't go post up right there on the guy, or you don't, if your job is to go out to the top of the key and there's somebody standing there playing defense, adjust it. You don't go to where you're covered. Come on now. Watch what happens. See what I'm talking about? Do it again. Should have been in here. Yeah. All right, so look at it one more time in slow mo. Boom. You see the number one over here on the bottom. He's running the post. I don't remember if he was open or not. The film was too tight. I'm telling you, that idle route is there. It is there. If you got an athlete that can make people miss in space, this is a good football play. See the angle? Boom, heels at top. There you go. And even if you don't have a great athlete, it's 5 yards. Who's going to turn down 5 yards on first down? It's a running down anyway. Remember, if you don't know this, I say all the time, you don't run play action on third and long. You run it on running downs, third and short, second medium, first and 10. And this is a great first down play because first down, and a defensive coordinator would tell you this, it's the toughest down to defend because it's the only really neutral down. Because now the offense has their entire playbook pretty much to their disposal. You can run anything you've got. You can run a pass, regular pass, run a screen pass, run a play action pass, run the ball, screen, draw. It don't matter because it's first and 10. It's a neutral down. So they got that's where you're going to see your most generic, your most vanilla look. Okay? Your most generic, most vanilla look is going to be on first down. And I think sometimes, we just have a list and say, oh, these were my first down plays. And everything you've got should be a first down play at some point. Because I'm going to tell you, if you got a list of 4 or 5 plays, these are my first down plays, it won't take many games and much film for them to figure that out. But if you'll stress them, stress the defense, stress the defensive coaching staff on the opposing team, and make them have to defend a bunch of other things because you've shown a willingness, not necessarily a propensity, but a willingness, okay, to do anything on first down, to the occasional trick play. Now, I'm getting into philosophy here, but notice that's just good stuff. And look how wide open it is because they're having to play the whole field because it's first down. They're having to be vanilla, be generic, default, if you will, defense, their base defense. All right, that's it. This has been the evolution of the waggle from the wing tee to the spread gun. A lot of folks out there doing this concept and have no clue that it originated in the wing tee. Probably guys that when they say wing tee, they wash their mouth out with soap or they spit like that. I don't know why. Okay, my whole philosophy, even in my spread gun concept offense that I've been running now since 2014, is built around the idea of putting people in a bind, putting players in conflict, whether it's on passes, whether it's on runs. It all goes back to my wing tee background. So, and this is still a major part of my offense at every place I've been for so many years. Even when I was a spread gun guy, as I told you, not spread gun, but a spread bone guy. I still ran something like the wing tee. Like the waggle, because I just loved it so much. It was such a great play. Nebraska ran the waggle back when Tom Osborne was there out of the eye. They would run the counter tray like crazy, And so what they would do, they would have the fullback go left and run counter tray right. Well, then they'd have the fullback go left, have the tailback fake counter tray right, and the quarterback boot back to the left, and you got the fullback in the flat, just like he would right here. Okay, in the flat, just like he does on the wing tee. So you got all that, okay? And it's still good football, whatever formation it is. If you're not running the spread, and if you're not running the wing tee, but you're watching this video, it means you're open-minded. Think of a way you can fit waggle, and it takes a little imagination sometimes. A lot of folks saying that's not Waggle. Well, you know what? I don't call it Waggle anymore. And that's in deference to the wing T guys because I respect the wing T. A lot of what I know and how I approach the game, I got from the wing T. All right, join the conversation there at Football Talk with Coach Chip. You can go to our social media platforms, Football Talk with Coach Chip on Facebook. I'm Coach Chip on Twitter. You can email me at siegel.chip@gmail.com. I was out of town, as I told you. We had a spring break thing, and I went at our school, and so I took a few days and went down and visited with some coaches in Florida, and kind of got behind on checking my email. Had one I saw this morning from a coach in California, and we're going to be talking some ball and things like this. He's been watching the channel, and that's what I want you to do. I want you to contact me, but I also want you to subscribe, like. You got to like those videos because it won't just help you with my channel. But if you like my video on the Waggle, you may have some stuff pop up on Waggle. That's what you're interested in from another coach. Okay. And be sure to share. Don't forget all the freebies that I have. I have the PDF presentations. If you just show me where you've shared my channel, okay, and if you're a new subscriber, screenshot it. Hey, I subscribe to your channel, Coach Tip. I want some of this stuff here. There's several different things. I got a Power PDF, Buck PDF, a Quick Game, all kind of. I got a Trips PDF, all kind of things. There's several videos where we talk about the different things you can get. And by the way, when I was down in Florida, I gave those kids the Be Elite speech and say, what is elite? Elite is not being the best. It's not being the 4'6" guy in the 40. It's not being the strongest kid in the weight room. It's not having the best hands. It's not being able to jump out of the gym. Being elite is simply being the best version of you. How do you become elite? By being better today than you were yesterday, being better tomorrow than you were today. Just keep improving 1% better every day, and you too will be elite. And that's what we stress to our kids, and I've stressed to my kids for several years when I'm coaching them. So until next time, let's say it together. Be elite. Bye now.